Houston's life was so great and, was so great and grand, it should be brought to the big screen and not just, to Lifetime. And so then I understand, too, Bobby Christina was upset because she stated that her mom promised her, if they should ever make a movie about her life, she wanted Bobby Christina to play her. So I hear that she's a little salty. She was all up in her feelings about someone else playing her mom as well. So I don't know if Angela Bassett has decided to also have Bobby Christina kind of co-produce the movie or whatever, but she was upset, and I think they felt like this movie should go to the big screen. I think they're just looking at the coins. They probably like they will get more money if it goes to the big screen.
Yeah, y'all better not bite the hand that feeds y'all, because y'all know Lifetime gave y'all that platform from that reality show.
But hell, I don't even know how. Who the hell is going to pay? Is this going to pay Bobby Brown? That's what I want to know.
Exactly. We need to see these auditions real quick to see who's going to be playing Bobby Brown. We're going to see. I want to see all the drama. I want to see when he knocked her upside the head, when she had the thing over her nose, the bandage over her nose, when he knocked her nose out of place. I want to see everything. The snorting, all of that. The crack is wet. I want to see the receipts. I want to see everything. I want to see the dealer at the concerts who used to put the drugs in the ink pen real quick and sign autographs, and then that's how she got her kick. I want to see all this stuff. And y'all know Jersey talk too. She was a lady lover back in the day too. She was a carpet muncher allegedly back in the day. Jersey talks. So I want to see everything. But of course, if Mama Whitney got anything, what's her name, Sissy got anything to do with it, she ain't gonna have all of that in the movie. So. We shall see how this whole movie plays out when it comes out next year, people. And also, another quick tidbit too. Sources been saying that also that the Aaliyah biopic is going to start shooting from July 2nd to July 30th in Toronto. The movie is going to be a VH1 movie coming later this year too. And it also said that Keisha Shantae will, in fact, after years of auditioning, will be playing the late R&B singer as well in the movie. So we shall see how that turns out too. From 106 in Park. She on the little Canadian girl.
Oh, the little hoe.
Yeah, the thought. Yeah. I mean, excuse me. Y'all didn't hear me say that, but her, yeah.
Can these girls sing? I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know if Yaya sings or not. I wonder, are they going to actually, are they going to be singing, or are they just going to be lip singing?
They're going to pull a Tina Turner
Jamie Foxx and actually sing and sound like the actual. Legend.
They're going to pull a Tina Turner when Angela Bassett was in What's Love Got to Do with It. That's what they're going to do. If anyone knows about biopic, that's Angela Bassett for sure. So we're going to see how that movie turns out. But another story that happened too. Sanaa Lathan now. Some people need to get their priorities straight, because if y'all start stalking these D-list actresses and actors and stuff like that, this is the same thing that happened on Catfish. Please have some type of dignity for the people you stalk.
I'm not going to do that, because I absolutely love Sanaa Lathan. She's one of my favorite actors.
I love her too.
But you didn't have to reduce her to Catfish. Because that episode of Catfish, honey, was a fool. That was a D-list actress, and someone had the nerve to actually stalk her.
Yeah, she's B at best, B and a half at best. She's a B minus. But
you know what?
But what happened was, it was a 28-year-old man named Sean Caples who was found by contractors sleeping in her laundry room. And when he woke up, he tried to convince the workers that he was Sanaa's husband. Apparently, they tried to get rid of him, but he wouldn't leave. And eventually, Sanaa yelled at him to get the fuck out before calling the cops. Not only did Sean come back later on the day, he also reappeared on the doorstep on Monday as she hid inside her house terrified. He was arrested, and the judge has ordered him to stay at least 100 yards away from Sanaa once he goes back on the streets. And this, this sounds like, some stalker stuff. People need to get their priorities straight when you stalking people. At least stalk a Beyonce or someone, but someone.
Hey, Sanaa Lathan.
That's like when Ashanti had that stalker.
A work behind her. Don't even call it. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I love her. Yeah. Now, that old other one, that old Catfish episode, they could have kept that.
Exactly. They really could have.
Tracy's home.
Exactly. But speaking of some more foolishness real quick now, it's graduation season, people, so everybody's out there graduating and stuff, so clap bravo to all the graduates that's happening and stuff like that. But some of y'all
go get your degrees, honey.
Yeah, but some of y'all are trying to lose y'all degrees before even getting it, because y'all out here wilding out in these streets to get y'all diplomas and y'all degrees across the stage. So there was one guy who was a teenager who was denied his diploma in Cumberland County, which is near Fayetteville in North Carolina, because he jumped on stage, stripped down to his leopard print briefs during the graduation ceremony at Jack Britt High School. And when he walked off stage, still in his leopard skin undies, police officers escorted him into another area, and they basically snatched his diploma away. And he wasn't arrested, but he was stripped of his diploma, and he was barred from the school's property in events like football games. So if it's graduation, why would you be going back to the school anyways, to football games and to back on the school property? Once I graduated, I was free. I was like, I'm never ever going back. I have not stepped foot back at my high school since 2007. So why would you? I don't even go to football games. I don't support nothing. I'm like, I graduated. I did my time. I'm good. I'm Gucci. But people out here wilding for real. They out here really wilding in these streets. And that's not the only person that was wilding out now. A college grad was slammed because she was breastfeeding during her graduation. Now, I give a clap bravo to all the single mamas that's out there doing their thing and getting their education and stuff like that. But people, are making a big deal of this whole situation where she was breastfeeding during the ceremony. Her daughter was crying, she was hungry, and she needed to get fed. So, and it was at California State University, and the graduate name was Carlisha Thurman, and she's 25 years old, and people all up in arms about her breastfeeding. So,
Well, you know what? Here's my take on that. For one, when you breastfeed, I think what happened was, I think she had just walked, from what I read, she had just walked across the stage, and I guess, and I wanted to, from what I read, it made it sound like the graduation literally was over. And so some of her friends were asking to see the baby, because the baby was only 3 months. It was a newborn. Mm-hmm. They were asking to see the baby. And so when she, whoever had the baby during the graduation, handed her the baby, and the baby was crying. So I guess, as a mom, she knew that particular cry was a cry because the baby was hungry. So she proceeds to pop out her titty and breastfeed, in front of everyone. Now, here's my thing with that. I understand that I'm a mom. I tried to breastfeed, and it didn't go very well. So, my son drank formula. But at the same time, when you breastfeed, and especially when you do it in public, you're supposed to have some type of something that covered you up. Mm-hmm. Some type of breastfeeding apparatus, I should say, that covers you up, and that you're not, because you're just not popping out your breast and doing it and stuff like that. So, and this was the other crazy part, so a friend of hers asked her, well, can I take a picture? Because I guess they couldn't believe it. Mm-hmm. And so they asked her, could they take a picture, and this idiot consented and said yes. And so the girl posted it on Facebook, and it said, the caption read, yes, black mothers do breastfeed their children. Mm-hmm. And so that's when everybody got all up in arms. Like I said, the thing is, I understand, I'm a mom, and sometimes you have to do things that you have to take care of your baby. Her baby was hungry, but come on, you should have gone to the bathroom, you should have gone somewhere else, and you should have had the appropriate whatever to cover up your breast. So that was just, silly. And then you just got a degree. You got a degree in accounting, so you're going to be going to big, major corporations and things like that. You're going to have to work a 9 to 5. And now with employers looking on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and things like that, when they hire, new employees, I would just be scared, that this is going to be out there, and then you're not so marketable, and you're not, so marketable to be able to get a job.
Exactly. So that's how that whole situation went. So that's, one of the first steps in graduation Foolishness 2014. I'm pretty sure there's going to be more stories next week, people, so we will keep y'all locked on that. Another Foolishness situation, Rihanna and TLC. Now, we talked about when Rihanna called her an old thought last week, to call T-Balls an old thought. And now they spoke out again in another interview over in Australia where they've been touring, and they basically said that the whole situation wasn't so much geared towards Rihanna herself, but if Rihanna's going to talk, say it to their face, basically. And that the picture that they had with them topless was for breast cancer awareness. But people gotta remember too, now TLC, y'all been throwing around in music for a long time. Y'all been talking about sex. I couldn't listen to Red Light Special when I was younger because y'all were talking about some nasty ass stuff in that song. And you know
what?
So come on now. Even though y'all had some self-righteous songs, y'all were throwing around in the streets back in the day. So, and Chili, we saw you in the movie. Don't play. So, a thought is a thought is a thought.
He was very promiscuous.
Exactly. Now,
and I was kind of taken back by that. I was like, oh, wow. I was really taken back by the fact that they showed that much of that on TV.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wow, she's promiscuous.
Exactly. And speaking of promiscuous people, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the TV rundown real quick. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta went down this week. Now, we were talking about, it was a very serious episode in some aspect of it because it was about Waka Flocka's brother and Deb's son, committed suicide because of what people were saying on the internet. Now, here come me and Monique calling each other, trying to figure out how did he see the stuff and he was going blind. But I see Monique got quiet on this show. Monique, you are very well a part of this conversation too. Now, that was no shade and that wasn't a read, but really, how did you see what you was reading on it?
No shade.
Exactly.
We just, trying to figure out really how could he see all this stuff? But on the serious note, people, internet bullying is very, very serious, and we should all take a proactive stand and a proactive cause, and try to stop it, but a lot of that stuff was more questionable.
Exactly.
I will admit.
And we came to an agreement that it seems like it's very scripted now. It's a very show. It's a show for entertainment, so it entertains us. We're very entertained by the show. So, a lot of it has a lot of storylines to it now. So, clap, clap, bravo to Mona Scott and the writers for writing a great show because exactly, pimp them hoes like you can. And
so what else happened? I feel so horrible talking about that because that is not the only thing that happened on that episode. Well, we saw a little bit more of Althea, which is the Zeno's new side piece. We saw a little bit more of her, and she's ratchet as hell.
Yes.
I guess we shouldn't have been surprised how she threw that drink.
Yes. She
threw that drink at Carly Rae.
Mm-hmm.
And then Erica claims that she also threw a drink at her. They got to fighting, and Carly Rae and Erica Dixon, they got put out the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So that was interesting. And then another thing about her is apparently she was not only in a relationship with Benzino, but she's been in a relationship with Nico, which is Mimi's boyfriend. I was going to call him something else. But she's been in a relationship with Nico. And then also, apparently, it comes out that she also had some dealings with Stevie J.
Yeah.
We're just going to put out there some sexual encounters. And according to Mimi, little Eva knew Althea personally.
Uh-huh.
So, which is all very bizarre. So, again, some of this, is really making us question whether this is scripted.
Yes, exactly. And another thing, because we only got like a 1 minute exactly, but another thing we've been questioning too was the exact age of T.I.'s sister and his mom.
Yeah, somebody tweet us and tell us.
So I did my research. T.I. was born September of 1980. His mom was 19 at the time, which means she was born in 1961, which makes her 53 years old. And some say his sister Precious is in her late 40s or early 50s. So someone tell me what kind of math foolishness is that? Because something ain't right. So we're going to get into
Not
this.
at all. And I'm actually older than T.I. I always thought that he was